Hey there, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on something that, might seem like just a bunch of boring math rules. But they're not rules. They're actually secrets. Seriously, they're powerful secrets that once you know them, make math so much faster, easier, and way more flexible. All right, you ready? Let's dive in.
So, let's start with a really simple question. You're at the checkout line. You've got a candy bar, you've got a soda. Does the total cost change if the cashier scans the soda before the candy bar? No way, right? Of course not. The total is the exact same no matter what the order is. And believe it or not, you've just stumbled upon one of math's biggest secrets.
And this idea is perfectly illustrated right here. I mean, it's just like ordering a pizza. A pepperoni and mushroom pizza is the exact same thing as a mushroom and pepperoni pizza, isn't it? You get the same delicious result. This idea, that the order doesn't always matter, is our very first secret rule.
So today, we're going to be math detectives. Our mission is to investigate three key properties, these secret rules that mathematicians use all the time to cleverly and kind of sneakily solve problems.
And here they are, your three brand new secret weapons: the commutative property, the associative property, and the distributive property. Let's get to know our first one, shall we? First up is the commutative property. This is our pizza and candy bar rule. All it says is that for addition and multiplication, you can change the order of the numbers and the answer stays exactly the same. The real key to remembering it is right there in the name, commute, which means to move or travel. The numbers can literally move around.
And you can see just how simple this is in action. With a problem like 7 plus x, the commutative property lets us just flip them, and it becomes x plus 7. They're totally equivalent. They mean the exact same thing. The terms have simply commuted, or switched places. That's it.
Here's another way to think about it that you do every single day. When you get dressed, do you stress about whether your left or your right shoe goes on first? No, because who cares? The end result is the same. Your shoes are on your feet. Well, that's the commutative property playing out in your everyday life.
Okay, let's move on to our next secret weapon, the associative property. Now this one is all about grouping. See those parentheses? That's your big clue. This property says you can change how you group numbers in an addition or multiplication problem. And guess what? The outcome won't change. The memory trick here is associate, like the friends you associate with or hang out in a group with. So for example, if you have, let's see, 5 plus 2 plus 3. Now, look closely. The numbers on the other side are in the exact same order. 5, then 2, then 3. But the group has changed. The parentheses have moved to group the 2 and the 3 together instead. The associative property guarantees the final answer will be identical.
Think about making a sandwich. You could put the bread and turkey together first, and then add the cheese. Or you could put the turkey and cheese together first, and then put them on the bread. You're just changing the grouping of your actions, but you still end up with the same delicious sandwich. That's association.
And now for our third and final property, the mighty distributive property. Now this one, it feels a little bit different. It's the one that connects multiplication and addition together. The key idea here is to distribute, or, hand out, the number on the outside of the parentheses to everything on the inside. So with an example like 4 times the quantity of 3 plus 5, the distributive property tells us we can hand out that 4 to both numbers inside. We do 4 times 3, and we do 4 times 5, and then we just add those results together. It's a fantastic way to break a tougher problem apart.
And this happens in the real world constantly. Imagine you're treating 3 friends to lunch combos. You could figure out the cost of one combo, the sandwich plus the drink, and then multiply that by 3. Or you could buy all 3 sandwiches, then buy all 3 drinks, and add those 2 totals together. You're distributing the 3 friends to each item, and you'll pay the exact same amount either way. It works.
Okay, team, listen up. This is the spot where everyone gets mixed up, so let's lock this in right now. The commutative property is all about order. The numbers physically move places, like commuting to work. The associative property is all about grouping. The numbers stay in the same line, but their little friend group, the parentheses, moves. Order versus grouping. That's the key. Got it?
All right, now that we know the rules of the game, it's time to become detectives and actually spot these properties out in the wild. Let's see how this builds our skills.
Okay, let's look at problem number 1 together. On the left, we have 5 plus 8. On the right, 8 plus 5. Ask yourself that key question. Did the order of the numbers change? Yes, absolutely. The 5 and the 8 totally swapped spots. Are there any parentheses changing groups? Nope, none. So this has to be the commutative property. See? You've totally got this.
Okay, now for a real case file. A store sells t-shirts for $12 and hats for $8, and you need to buy 3 of each for you and your friends. How can our secret rules help us calculate the total cost in a really smart way?
Well, let's see how the distributive property gives us a super clear path. We can write the problem as 3 times the cost of one whole set, which is 12 plus 8. Now we distribute. We hand out the 3 to the t-shirts. 3 times 12 is 36. We hand out the 3 to the hats. 3 times 8 is 24. Add them up, and we get our total, $60. Bam! It just breaks the problem into easy, manageable pieces.
Okay, detectives, it is time for the Master Challenge. This is where we really see that these properties aren't just used by themselves. Oh no, they can be combined to transform expressions in some really powerful ways.
Here is our target expression, 3 times the quantity 4 plus 2x. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to use your new knowledge of these properties to rewrite this expression in different but equally correct ways.
Let's unlock this thing together. So, starting with our original expression, what's the first move we can make? We can distribute. We hand out that 3 to the 4, which is 12, and we hand out the 3 to the 2x, which gives us 6x. So we get 12 plus 6x. But are we done? Not yet. Now we can use the commutative property to just switch the order of those two terms, giving us 6x plus 12. Look at that. All 3 of these expressions look different, but they are all equivalent. That is the power you now hold.
So we've revealed the secrets. These properties of operations aren't just a list of rules you have to memorize for a test. They are tools for taking control of math, for rearranging it, for simplifying it, and for solving it in the way that makes the most sense to you. The real question now is, what other problems can you unlock with these new powers? Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.